Hello, and welcome back to more Tattoo TikToks. I hope you're having a very merry Reactsmas, which is what we're celebrating today. It's just going to be a whole month of the same regular stuff that I've been posting, and nothing different about it. And if you're unfamiliar with the concept here, it's simple. We're going to be checking out the best and worst tattoo TikToks that I found since last week. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the madness. And we're going to start off with one of the most infamous tattooers in the game right now. We're talking about Ariel de Jesus. If you're not familiar, it's time to familiarize yourself. Ariel de Jesus has got to be one of the worst tattoo artists in the entire planet, and she's a great example of marketing taking precedent over talent and over skill. She's one of the worst tattoo artists I've ever seen who has a platform as big as they do. That she might be the only one like this. My theory is that she only attracts people because of the prices. Okay, she does any cover up $160, and the only catch is she gets to blindfold you, which is one of the worst ideas I've ever heard. Like, I can't even imagine getting a haircut and going in asking I'd like something new, and they say, all right, let's put a blindfold on. Nobody would get a haircut with a blindfold on. So why are we getting tattoos with a blindfold on? Also, did this person just change teams? Dallas Cowboys is the old back piece. Now you're the Chiefs. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, that's a insane move, first of all. Second of all, she's just so bad at tattooing. Ugh. The best part about her cover-ups is that you can see the old tattoo right through it. Oh, it's so fucked. I'm not sure how she's able to do this and just keeps getting clients. She has to know that she's so bad. Oh, it's a mystery. It's a fucking mystery. Now, while we're on the Ariel de Jesus topic, I got tagged in this video a couple times. It just says Ariel de Jesus tea spilled. I haven't watched it, so we're gonna sit down together and see what the tea is.
Okay, I'm gonna list off all of the things that I have found out this weekend. Number one, Ariel only cares about making as much money as possible in the shortest amount of time possible.
We already knew that she wanted as much money in as little time as possible. She does $160 any cover up, and she works so fucking fast. Like, speed is the name of the game. That's a big reason why her work always looks like shit. I don't really think she could do that much better if she had all the time in the world, but definitely doesn't help to be rushing.
Number two, she hires anybody, whether they're experienced in tattooing or not, off the street, never tattooed in their life, can't draw, etc. No experience necessary. She will hire anybody.
Tattooing is like a privilege. And it not only is it a privilege, but it's something that is a learned skill. And so to just bring in anybody who doesn't know what they're doing and encourage them to tattoo and get them to tattoo out of your shop is wildly irresponsible.
Number three, the actual experienced people that she does hire, the artistic ones, the ones that actually are good at it and have experience in tattooing, she ends up firing them because she's jealous or makes her look bad because they're doing so well and she's not. So she's fired a lot of people in the last 4 years.
That's crazy. That adds up, though. She seems pretty full of herself.
Number four, she does not actually donate any of the donations that she takes in. So when people come in and like say, hey, I'll trade you an iPad for a tattoo, obviously she's not donating that to the homeless. Like, that's obvious, right? That's a trade. But when she's like, oh, I donate to the homeless, tattoo for Christ, I tattoo for Christ, and I tattoo for Jesus, and I donate all this water. Remember those stacks of water bottles that she used to have in her shop? Like 100 freaking water bottle packages like on her floor that she used to have stacked up in her shop. None of that gets donated to the homeless. She takes it all home.
I don't know how this person knows this, but if that's true, that's fucking insane.
So on her Facebook page, she's posted she doesn't take nail services or hair services for tattoos because she can't sell those. She only takes donations as sellable items because she knows that she can sell them for money. She does not donate anything. She either keeps it or sells it for money. She does not donate anything. So I guarantee you, if we were to ask her, like, hey, what homeless shelter do you donate to? Hey, what church do you donate to? If she actually answers, I bet you $1 million we could call that establishment and say, hey, has Ariel de Jesus ever donated anything to your business before? And they're going to say, no, we don't even know who that is. That's how bad this is. And a while back, she used to have this box of stuff in her shop with like clothing items and random crap like shoes, clothes, that sort of thing. That was all the stuff she didn't want. So she takes in all these donations. She picks out the stuff that she can either sell or keep or use, and the rest gets thrown in that box in her shop, and then homeless people can come in and pick through that. So this is our Tattooing for Christ Ariel de Jesus cover-up artist that everybody thinks is so great. And if anybody wants proof, I have proof. Now, from a legal standpoint, all I have is the verbal statements from her ex-employee that used to work for her. But she would actually see this. Oh, the last thing, I don't even know what number I'm on. 5, 6, I don't know. So she gets a heads up every time that there's a health inspector that gets called out to her business. So if somebody makes a report to the health department about her shop, somehow she gets a heads up every single time. And even the complaint that I made against Ariel, I even warned them ahead of time. I said, hey, listen, she's got somebody on the inside warning her ahead of time, because I knew that. I said, she's got somebody warning her ahead of time. You've got to send somebody else out there, not that guy. And wouldn't you know it, she still got the heads up. So whenever she gets a heads up that the health department's coming, she calls all of her workers and says, hey, don't come in today. The shop is closed. And then she goes in by herself and cleans up the shop and makes sure everything's tip-top shape to make sure that she passes the health inspection. Y'all. And that's what I found out this weekend.
Okay, well, that was a lot. I wouldn't put it past her to be doing any of those things. Obviously, I don't know Ariel personally, but I feel like the type of content that she makes is a great indicator of like the type of person that she is. I think bragging about how cheap and how quick your work is and not even really caring about how the final product turns out is just insane. I think that she's somebody who is not going to get shut down, who is going to continue doing shit like this. And unfortunately, I think there's probably a lot of tattooers who are just like her. They just might not be as big on TikTok. It's really important to research your tattoo artists, look them up, make sure they're credible, make sure they look like they're doing good work, because a lot of people are just out here for your money. Now that we're done talking about Ariel, let's continue. This is one of those tattoos that's like a great idea, but was just executed so bad. There's a few problems that I have with this. The first is that, to me, doing the stencil like this doesn't feel like you were getting a hug. It feels like there's somebody like underneath your skin or something, like trying to like break their way out. They're just trapped inside of you. I also think that this was really dumb to do the stencil this way, just covering her in all this shit. Why would you do that? Like, just, I don't, there's got to be so many better ways to make a stencil like that. Because you can tell in the final product, they lost a fuck ton of detail. Like, even just applying the stencil like this, like, look down here. There's just this massive blob of stencil. There's no information in that. I mean, there's none. There's just a crazy idea. I wonder what it's like, too, to be her. She just looks like she's dead inside. Like, she can't. She's like, please don't go through with this. Please get any other tattoo for me. Just hugging your probably grandson. Just knowing that I'm gonna die and this is my legacy. My weird arms on the back of his back. Nobody's even gonna know it was me. Damn. Yeah. Crazy idea. Just couldn't pull it off. AI tattoo references. What a fucking awful idea. Let's just pause real quick. This reference is adding parts of the ear that don't even exist on somebody's ear. Okay, if you took this to a tattoo artist, you know what they would say to you? They said, that's not what an ear looks like. That's what they would say, I'm pretty sure. Second of all, ear tattoos are really fucking hard. I've never seen an ear tattoo and I was like, damn, nice. You know, it's an ear tattoo. You're gonna have tattoo ink on your ear. At best, it's gonna be recognizable. To do something this small and detailed is never gonna fucking happen. Especially this one deep inside your ear like that. Yeah, crazy. And the point that I'm trying to make here is that AI is not somewhere that you should be going to generate tattoo ideas and to get inspiration. I just don't. You just can't convince me. I mean, you can't convince me that AI is useful at all. But especially for this, something that is like so niche and specific, like it's not just generate like an image, right? It's a tattoo and there's limitations with tattoos, okay? And you know who would know that really well? I don't know, a fucking tattoo artist. AI doesn't understand blowouts. AI doesn't understand needle sizings, okay? It doesn't understand the nuances that go into designing a tattoo. And so to consult it for a tattoo, I think it's just misleading. I think it's going to give people who don't know any better a false idea of what they could get as a tattoo. And then to take it a step further, like a client bringing this fucking AI reference to any tattoo shop, they're just going to be like, they're not going to do it, or they're going to want to do their own thing and they're going to be like, no, we have to change it. And then I feel like a lot of circumstances, the client's going to be like, no, this is what I want. This is what I want. I want exactly this. And they're going to take that thing somewhere where someone will do it and they're going to get a shit fucking tattoo and they're not going to understand why. And that's because, well, it's because two reasons. One, they're kind of an idiot. And two, AI is not useful. Next, tattoo removal is not as effective as people make it out to be. And I mean a couple things when I say that. First of all, it can be effective. Okay, let's get that out of the way. It does work sometimes. Okay, and it can be very effective when it is effective, but when it doesn't work, it doesn't work. There's certain colors that you might never be able to get rid of. They're not advertising that. They're also not advertising how fucking painful it is and how expensive it is. It's not something that's like easily accessible to the average person. I see so many people praising laser and all these sponsored things from laser, from Removery and whatever. Come with me to get my tattoos removed. I think we need to remember that it's perfectly okay to not get your tattoos removed. And I just want to let you know that laser isn't your only option if you don't love a tattoo. A situation like this, laser is definitely your only option. But look how fucked up laser is making him look. Like, the healing process is insanely gnarly. And this is a circumstance where this was decently effective. I don't know how long this time lapse is, but most of these are pretty gone. You can obviously still tell where stuff was. Some things left easier than others, but it wasn't just a quick fix. That was a lot of money. That was a lot of time. There's cover-ups that you can get. You can get shit reworked. You can get blast-overs. There's a lot of options. And I think the best option that not a lot of people are talking about, everyone's pushing laser. No one's talking about this. Think critically before you get a tattoo. It's permanent. Research your artist. Make a good decision. That's it. Face +1 brightness. Oh my God, you're doing it yourself? Yeah, this is a whole nother level of tattooing. This is for sure, at least in my book, this is more body modification stuff. Yeah, in my head, even like blackout tattoos, I think are kind of closer to like a body modification for me. For me, like a tattoo is, there's like a subject. There's like an image, like we're tattooing something. And that can be abstract for sure, and this is definitely an abstract design here, but with the amount of tattoos they already have and the style of tattoos they already have, they're not really going for, I feel like you don't go in for a tattoo at that point. At that stage, you're just like focused on modifying your body. At least that's what it looks like to me. I am not somebody who is in this world of getting tattoos. This is definitely foreign to me. And it also did add a lot of brightness to their face. It's really wild. Definitely not for everybody. It's a little yikes for me. But, to each their own. If they're happy with it, that's great. Sometimes when I see shit like this, I just kind of get bummed out. Like, there's so many layers. Like, do you even see yourself anymore? Like, are you in there? Is that the point? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand. And that's perfectly okay with me. And real quick, before we continue, I just want to say thanks for watching. I hope you're having a happy holidays. And I just want to thank you for spending your time with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you want to see more videos, subscribe. If you like the video, leave a like. If you want to talk about some shit in the comments, go for it. I'd appreciate it. And on that note, back to the video. This is actually a great example of like limitations that tattoos have. Because like, yeah, it kind of looks like what it's supposed to look like at a certain angle. But when you look at this dude from the side now, this whole thing is just going to be like twisting across his arm to this point. So like I don't know, I feel like from the side it should be like going perfectly down the center of his arm, and then it just kind of gets to the point where like, okay, well maybe you just should have like done an entire sleeve and turned his entire arm into a fucking cat claw thing. Like, I like the idea. I hope this person loves it. I just feel like there wasn't a good way to execute this at all. Moving on. This is something I'm convinced is not gonna work. This tattoo artist and many others will rework old blown out tattoos by redoing the black and then going around the black with a close to skin tone color or white ink even, to try to hide some of these blowouts and fading from the original tattoo. And I think at face value, it looks like it works. But in my opinion, I don't think this is something that is anywhere close to a long-term solution. I think it looks decent in the reveal. I think it probably looks okay healed. Okay, you can't cover up something dark with something lighter. It doesn't work like that. If you've used markers, you would know that. That's not even a strictly tattooing thing. It's just kind of crazy to me that people think that this is going to work like this. If you ask me, it's not. Let's look at a bad tattoo. This has got to be one of the worst tattoos I feel like I've ever seen. And it's not even that it looks that bad. It's just the stupidest thing I could even think to get. An eyeball with an eyebrow underneath your eyeball? It's such a weird spot to put this. I like face tattoos, okay? I think they're cool. This is not one that I like at all. There's something that happens when people start getting their face tattooed. Here, bear with me for a second. Let's look at Remy, okay? If you don't know Remy, this is Remy, photo on screen. Remy has a ton of tattoos, lots of layers, has probably been tattooed the most out of anybody that's ever existed, okay? But the thing about Remy is that they have left the like most important parts of their face not tattooed, not fucked with, because it's like so important. That small little area right here is what makes you look like a person. It's just, I don't know, it's some sort of subconscious thing. Getting like an eyeball right here is going to make you look drastically different. Like, people will never look at you the same, and they're not doing anything wrong by that either. There's just it's like an anatomical change. Adding an eyeball here, yeah, it's not real, but it's going to just entirely change how people look at you. It's like when people get blackouts on their throat and under here, but they go too far up and you start losing some of this definition on the chin. It just completely changes your face shape. Something to think about. Probably not that many of you are going to be getting face tattoos, but I think that is why this one sucked. Moving on. Oh, getting 2 feet tattooed at the same time. That's a gnarly move. I've never gotten 2 tattoos at the same time. I've gotten like back-to-back tattoos. Like, I did this and this one in the same session. We did one and then the other. I've done it a bunch. I got this one in the same session. Did some other ones on my torso. And it's not super uncommon to get multiple tattoos in a session. A lot of people trying to fill up quickly, book a day session with an artist, pay him flat outright the entire day. Me and you, just getting as many tattoos as you can. I think it's a great way to fill up quickly. A lot of times there's a deal involved if you're, spending that much money at one time. They usually, take a couple off the top, if you know what I mean. Like any tattoo, but especially if you're getting like multiple in a session, it's just really important to eat a good filling meal beforehand and hydrate. Good night's sleep if you can. It's not that complicated. Just take it seriously. It does make a difference. If you've ever been tattooed on empty stomach, you know what I'm talking about. That shit sucks. Moving on. Cloud tattoos. My personal favorite. I don't know why we're still seeing clouds that look like this. I'm just going to go on record and officially say one of two things. First of all, these don't look like clouds. I think we all recognize them as clouds, but they don't look like clouds. And it's not that they're not realistic. It's that they don't look like clouds. Like eagles in real life, they don't look like this. But you can tell that this looks like an eagle. Example A, clouds look like this. You can tell that these look like clouds. But this tattoo doesn't look like fucking clouds at all, okay? It looks like boulders or rocks or like scales or some shit, okay? That's not what clouds look like. I'm so sick of seeing clouds look like this. And only terrible tattoo artists are doing them, okay? They're always so scratchy. The line work sucks. Shading's terrible. I've never seen clouds look like this done by a good tattoo artist. So honestly, if you see a tattoo artist who's doing clouds like this, I would run, okay? Go the opposite direction. You don't need clouds from them. Get tattooed by somebody who knows what clouds look like, okay? It's pretty basic. That's it. Moving on. What the fuck is this? What on earth is this tattoo? I don't know. Hopefully it's not done yet, right? We're just not done. This looks crazy though. He's got a big back. What is this? This is probably gonna be some kind of anime tattoo. I gotta admit, I'm not familiar with any animes because I'm not a nerd. Just kidding, kind of. But this is gonna be wild. I think. I'm hoping they're not done. The line work's pretty crazy in a lot of these parts. There's some really weird overlapping going on. Yeah, I wonder what else they're gonna add to this thing. Right now, it's looking pretty fucking weird though. I will say, I'll give him props for doing an entire face on the back. I like a back piece that is just one big tattoo, okay? That's what the back is for. It's like the single largest uninterrupted chunk of skin, right? Put something big there. It just makes sense. You don't have to, obviously. Do whatever the fuck you want. Nobody cares. But I just think that a back looks best with a big old tattoo on there. It's my 2 cents. All right, we got 2 more. Let's start with this one.
I just got out of my tattoo consultation. I think it's gonna be so cool. I wanted like a dragon in my elbow ditch.
Damn. That looks really fucking good. Okay, we're getting the whole tattoo. I didn't even watch this whole video. Yeah, damn, this is gonna be super sick. This is a awesome spot for a tattoo. I love a tattoo that's just straight up in a painful spot. Like, intentionally went out of their way to put this in the elbow ditch. I think that's fucking sick. This is a really, really well-designed tattoo. It's gonna bend perfectly with the arm. Really cool tattoo. Super cool placement. Damn, I didn't even realize that we were gonna see the final tattoo in that. I didn't watch the whole video. I'm not very good at this. But that was a great fucking tattoo. Good shit. That's exciting. Let's check out our last video. This is a simple one. Swag is forever. I couldn't agree more. Look, tattoos are supposed to be permanent, okay? In a world filled with laser tattoo removal, and there's this weird rise in conservative, not just ideology, but also fashion. And I think with that, it seems to me that they're kind of going out of the trend cycle. And honestly, that couldn't make me any fucking happier. I was getting so enraged when I would see all these people every day for like months on TikTok. Oh, come with me to get my tattoos removed. We're getting rid of my tattoos. Like, yeah, you fucking better run. Like, get rid of them, please. You and me are not the same, and that's perfectly fine. But let's just stay over there. Okay, right? We don't need you getting tattoos because they're trendy, because they're cool. Tattoos are like a big part of our, not just personalities, but like our aesthetics and the way that we have chosen and prefer to present to the world. Even so, I live in an area of Salt Lake City that is like super densely Mormon, and I get looks all the time, and I get weird vibes, and people stare and all that shit and ask weird questions. That's fine. I would prefer that than all those people hop on the tattoo bandwagon, get a couple weird sticker sleeves and their entire hands tattooed, and then get them removed. Like, it's just a weird look that I don't think tattooing needed. Tattoos are forever, and so is the swag that comes with it. And on that note, my friends, we've done it. Yet again, another video. I hope you're having an incredible holiday season. Stay warm out there. And of course, until next time, peace. Peace.